You rested today?
Yeah. Just
I was speaking with
being partly in bed, partly by the television.
Which was better?
Huh? In bed.
There's nothing on TV really.
Mm.
You know, when they created TV, it was with the promise that they would educate America with it.
That what?
They did for some.
What
Sesame
they-
Street is an educator.
But I never met anyone who told me they've been educated by television.
No?
I mean,
When you try to learn
in the
different
fine
language-
arts or in math or science, you don't find.
Yeah.
I mean,
Bill Nye, the science guy.
in language, I met a lot of people in India that speak almost perfect English. You'd think they're Americans. But they learn from watching Hollywood movies.
Did what?
They learn by watching movies from Hollywood.
From Hollywood?
But they have an entirely warped sense of what America's like. They think everybody's rich,
Yeah.
has lots of parties, multiple girlfriends, cars.
Yeah.
Then they get here and they think they landed on a different planet.
Yeah. And when you think that what's on television, it's really the reality here. So they are going to have a lot of surprises.
So what, were you surprised when you came to the U.S.?
Not really.
What did you expect?
Not really. We didn't expect anything. I was happy that we were happy when we came here, no, Malka?
what?
Malka's not paying attention.
I'm
She's
paying attention.
tuning into her television.
Nothing.
That what?
So, was it easy when you got here?
Are you recording it?
I think we were happy when we came here, no? I don't know.
No, you can't.
Huh? We just don't remember.
You don't remember?
It was
Yeah.
a hard time.
We came for 1 year, you remember, Malka?
What
Yeah.
year was this?
68?
69.
Huh? 69?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we came for 1 year, and we are calling the Malka school,
Where was it? Which school?
Malka's
What state were you
high
in?
school. And
Where was
we want to register to the next year, so they tell us
In New York?
we need to repeat the year because she didn't take Bible classes. So I said, how about that she's going to do it externally?
This was public school?
Huh? High school.
Not true, it never
No,
happened.
when did a public school ever demand Bible class?
It's-
No, in Israel you have Bible class.
No, I'm
Oh,
saying
Master
here. We're talking
Mood.
about the United States.
No, we were in the United States. We
We are
wanted
going
to
back.
go back to Israel in our mind.
Yeah.
So when we called the school, they
In
said-
Israel.
right? Because I did the math, the sciences, all
So
the
you were here
required-
already.
I was here.
For how long?
A
1
year.
In 1969?
Yeah.
And then you,
70 now.
and
Huh?
now it's 1970. You want to move back to Israel?
And then we
Yeah.
want to move back.
Why? I
again.
thought you left Israel.
Huh?
Why did you want to move back?
I don't know. I mean, we came from there. We came from for a year.
Yeah. Oh, you just wanted to stay a year
Yeah.
to check it out.
Not to check it out, just, to be with Susan, and I don't know. I thought Malka is going to learn English,
Uh-huh. So from the beginning you planned a short visit.
and yeah, and
It
we,
was supposed to be a short visit. We told everybody we're coming back
In a
pretty
year.
soon, except we packed the whole apartment in a suitcase.
Uh-huh.
Just about. The rest got burnt.
Okay,
Burn
so
it.
so what happened after the year? You called Israel and you found out what?
no, they
She'd
want
have to-
Malka to repeat the year.
Right. So then what did you do?
Decided that we're not going back.
So that was it.
That was it.
And what about Dad?
Huh? You never heard it? Yeah.
Well, what did Dad do?
Huh?
He went to the university in
Yeah,
in
he
Gainesville.
went to the University of Florida.
And he had no English.
Huh?
He didn't understand English well.
Yeah, so he learned.
Him and Mira learned.
And he was there for 3 years?
1 year. After 1 year, we wanted to go back.
Right, but he
I
didn't.
got, from the job, they said they are going to take me back after the year, and
What were you doing then?
Huh?
What was your job?
I was working.
In an office?
Sure.
Uh-huh. So, but Dad was in university already? A year?
Yeah.
And you wanted to go back with him, or he would stay here?
No, we wanted to go back to Israel,
So what was Dad's plan?
Huh? Dad's plan was to finish the university,
Right, so he
the
would
4 years or whatever.
He would stay here or finish in Israel?
No, here.
Right, so he was going to stay.
You know why we came? I mean, they just wouldn't discharge.
Right, I know.
Yeah.
They didn't want to discharge him. So,
Yeah.
He didn't want to. That
but
was
he finished in how long?
I don't know, 3 years or
Right, he
3.5
finished
years.
early.
Huh?
No, 4. It took him 4 years.
Oh,
It took him 4 years?
Hey, because he had to work. Don't forget, him and Mira worked.
Huh?
Besides school, he had to work. Took him 4 years, and they had a motorhome.
right, I remember.
Motorhome. You were not
I remember
born
the
in-
pictures.
You were
Yeah,
not-
he needed to work,
It was beautiful. They bought it. Whatever they bought it, they sold it for.
15,000.
They sold it for way more, 10,000 more, and it was a lot of money then for us.
What, Malka? I didn't. What?
How were they able to sell it for more?
Because Mira made it look beautiful,
Uh-huh.
and times have changed.
What did you say, Malka?
They sold the RV.
Huh?
They sold the RV.
They did?
So you stayed in New York,
Yeah,
and so what did you do the next year?
working.
So you found a job here?
Well, sure, no problem. I had a job immediately. And then Malka went to medical school.
In San Francisco.
Yeah, no, first she went
Rochester.
to
New York.
huh?
Rochester.
No, in New York,
Yeah, in Rochester.
huh?
In Rochester.
No, first she went to New York. So she finished New York,
Yeah, the college.
college. Yeah,
And
So
And
New
then
York College? City College?
city college, yeah. We didn't pay anything. Malka used to get money. Malka, you remember?
Yeah.
Why did you get money, Malka? Huh? Why?
I said I had no money to go to school, so
I thought Salk put you through school.
medical
for
school.
medical school they paid.
Well, how did you meet him?
Home.
I was, my mother.
Dr. Salk.
Uh, how? Oh, there was. I don't know how we knew about it. That he was giving to 8 kids who are going to college.
To medical school.
Medical
to medical school.
Yeah.
Who want to go to medical school. Want to go to medical school. Yeah, and so I said to Malka, write down something.
A letter?
Yeah, Malka.
No, I threw the
Malka,
application to the garbage and she found it.
Oh, the
Did
one to
what?
which school?
No, I got in the school an application. Everybody got
Which school? This is San Diego.
City College.
City College, yeah.
in New York. Thousands of people got it, maybe millions. I don't know. That whoever wanted to apply for this grant
Right.
from the Salk Institute for the people that were applying to med school. At the time, he was paying full tuition, but my tuition was going up. It went up. At the time, he paid $1,000. At the time, that was the tuition. But as soon as I started medical school, it went to $5,000, which is nothing today. But that's how it was. So he was paying not 1,000. He was paying
3,850.
no. It was 10,000 a year.
No.
Yes.
What, twice?
Actually, the tuition was 10,000. He was paying 10,000 to 8 students, the most promising student in the U.S.
How
In
did he?
the
How
New
did he
York.
decide that you were the most promising
I
student?
don't know. So I had the application
Right,
and I threw it to the garbage. And my mother opened the garbage and she saw it.
right,
And she said, "You have to apply to this." I said, "I'm never gonna get it.
right.
I'm
And
not
she
gonna
got
apply
it.
for it."
Wait,
And
but what did you write?
She applied for me.
What did you say about Malka? She's the best student?
I don't know.
I mean,
No, you had to read your history,
right,
which was the same as on my application. She just sent him to the med school.
right.
And the grades and blah blah blah. We sent him all of the. She sent. I didn't even want to touch it because I didn't think I'm gonna get it.
Right, but your mother knew otherwise. So why did you think she was going to get it?
I don't know. I thought she deserved it.
So you see, if your mother didn't insist, it wouldn't have happened.
Yes,
You could have been a vet.
I could have been a vet. Yes.
Yeah, you never know, or a dentist, or a nurse's or a nurse aide.
No, I applied to medical school. I
Right.
got in.
So
Right.
there were 8 students, and Malcolm was one of the 8.
And then my mother
Who were
said,
the other 7?
I don't know.
I don't know. And my mother said,
Maybe you should have introduced your
and
mother
my
to
mother
their
said
mother.
there is family connection between us and Salk.
How's that?
I have no
And
idea.
then we figured out that we are, after we got the grant, we figured out that we are a little bit related.
Because
or so.
we met him there in the thing.
Right.
He came to give it to the 8 students. Salk came to give it to the award.
Do you remember the conversation?
No, but I remember him.
The speech? Yeah.
And then I told him that my mother thinks we are related. So he asked how, and they were talking, and we had she has some sort of a cousin, Tila, I don't know, through her somehow. So he's like related, but a couple of bloods down the line.
So what do you remember about him?
I just don't
He was very nice when he came.
Right.
He congratulated all the 8 of us. For 8 he gave money, for 30 he gave an award but no money. So I was the 8 that got the money, but there were other 30.
Did you keep up with the other students?
No, there was no way.
Were you the only woman?
There was no cell phone, probably.
Probably nobody believed in it.
But there was no cell phone, there was no phone. After people didn't have phone, there was no internet. How do you keep up with all this?
What do you mean there's no phone?
People didn't have telephone like they have now. What do you think?
What is TR? What was your phone number in New York? TR what?
That what?
212 TR762.
Right.
So,
You had phone.
huh?
But people didn't keep in touch.
People didn't have phones like we have today.
Uh-huh.
They did not a year, not. Even Susan in her building, there were people who didn't have phone.
Okay,
Or
so were you
com-
amazed?
No,
You weren't amazed? Because you knew that your mother could pull these things off?
no. I thought it was a miracle.
You thought, okay, we were just having a conversation that Malka doesn't believe in miracles.
No, I thought it was a miracle that I got it.
Okay, so you admit it.
Some sort of a miracle.
How many miracles do you need?
Huh?
How many miracles do you need in your life before you
Well,
realize
there could have been chance because I was really good.
there was
at
no
that.
chance and there's no such thing as chance.
You were a good kid.
Everything in life happens for a purpose.
That was at that time $3,850 a year. It was a lot of money.
It
But-
was more, it was 8,900 or something.
Huh?
So
It
what-
was a lot of money. Basically,
Right.
it was supposed to cover the tuition of medical school.
Mm-hmm.
But as soon as I got in, they raised it by some more.
Malka, I cannot hear you. What?
So you were living in New York.
Yeah.
Did you like it in New York?
So no.
You did. What don't you like about New York?
Huh? I just
You don't like
know.
brick buildings and
It's
smog
just
and
so
traffic?
many people, you know.
Too many people.
Yeah.
But if they're all good people, what's the problem?
I just don't know. Didn't like New York.
But you lived there many years.
I had no other choice.
But you didn't hear about California?
Huh? No, I just wanted to go back.
Back to Israel?
Yeah.
But every time you tried, what happened?
I just don't know. It just
didn't work
wasn't
out.
going. No.
No, because the big reason why we came because your dad would not go to the military.
What?
Because they didn't let him study. He tried to get study to get.
But I heard
Yes.
from Dad that they wanted him back during 1973 war.
Yes.
And they were willing to fly him there.
Yes.
But Dad said, if you fly me, you have to fly Mom also.
Your mom.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Israel said, we don't have the money to pay for
Really?
non-essential personnel,
Really?
meaning they couldn't afford to fly them both. So that was it.
No, my mother said you can't go also.
Well, maybe that's the real reason.
I didn't want them. I didn't
Uh-huh.
want them to go back.
Okay, but maybe the reason he said I'm not going back is because you're not flying my wife. And mom was pregnant with me already in 1973.
Was she pregnant with you?
She must have been because I was born in 74.
But
When
was she
did
pregnant?
you?
She was pregnant right after, I think. She didn't know at the time that you.
I was born in March of 74.
March of '74. When did the war break out?
Look it up.
75.
No, 70. What month did the 73 war break out in Israel?
I don't know.
It was a terrible war.
Yeah,
It was a
when
terrible-
when then father was in the military, and and he served 4 years and something, and what they were doing, he was coming home for a week,
would take
and
you
after
back.
a week he needed to go back for another 4 weeks.
They would not let him study. I remember that.
Why?
Yeah.
Because they needed him.
They knew
Dad told me they sent him all over the country.
right because
And
after
they
this,
said that he said he was the youngest commander in the history of the army.
Really, I didn't know.
Yeah,
Really,
yeah.
could be.
Yeah,
All I know-
they loved him.
All I know that after the
October.
6-Day War,
hmm
he sent a letter.
Who?
Your
Dad?
Dad, that he is alive during the 6-Day War, and you didn't. And the 6-Day War was over, and we didn't hear from him, from your dad. So he sent a letter, and the letter was not dated, but he said, "I'm alive and well." in a blue or black pen, I don't remember, and he signed his name, Zeev.
Mm-hmm.
So the letter arrived after the war, okay? But we didn't know when he actually wrote it. He probably wrote it during the war. So
Malka changed.
My mother was all the time worried. And why are you shaking?
I'm listening.
My mother was all the time worried that something bad happened to your father, and she didn't sleep at night. She needed a tranquilizer because there was no information like today, a phone call or somebody.
Right. No,
And there
there's
were people missing. We knew
no live tweeting.
no live, no nothing. So we didn't hear, and it was already a couple of days past the war.
Uh-huh. So
But
what
we
was he
don't-
doing?
So no, but we didn't hear from because he
Right,
was
why
on the
not?
front line.
He was on the front lines, right?
Right, he went. I think they took him from the Sinai then to Syria.
Right, he was in Syria.
He went to Sinai then to Syria.
Right.
So he fought in Syria. So all the neighbors, I said, we got this letter, and I called all my neighbors, and we decided we're gonna put the date on that letter,
And what?
and the date will be after the war.
Uh-huh. To
So-
make your mom happy.
My mom happy.
Uh-huh.
All the neighbors. So everybody, we had like hundreds of pens. Everybody bought all the
To
pens.
try and
they
match the
What?
color.
Match the
Malka.
color.
Does your mother know this story?
I think I told her afterwards.
Right.
So match the date.
Yeah.
And then we found something we thought matched the date, but it wasn't exactly.
Uh-huh.
So
So
because it
Malka
wasn't
changed the
exact-
date.
No, because it wasn't exactly. We had to put some water on it to make it look like it was like, it was in the
So-
water or something.
So Malka
But
changed
anyway,
the
my
date.
mother gets this letter and she's so happy because it means he made it
Right.
after the war. And she's like so happy. And a
Oh, you
couple
ever
of
heard this
minutes
story?
afterwards,
Yeah.
there's a knock on the door. And a mother is coming into the door.
Who came?
A mother.
Whose mother?
It was a mother of the 4 other soldiers that were in your brother's tank.
And they asked, where are they?
And she said, we're so worried. We didn't hear about our son. We don't know what happened.
Oh, so you show them the letter.
So my mother showed the letter immediately. See the date after.
Right.
And she was in contact with all the other 4 mothers. They also came. And everybody was so happy. And I knew there was a lie.
No, you didn't know if it was a lie. You just didn't know if it was true.
I didn't know it was true because I
Right.
put the wrong date.
Right.
I
Right.
No, Malka changed the date.
Right.
So they were so happy and they were celebrating. So we still didn't know anything. And a week after that, that's when they let him go, like 2 weeks after the war. Was the first time.
And what date, when you asked him, when actually did he send it?
No, he sent it during the war. He
During the
sent it
war.
Before the war was over.
Before the war was over, yeah.
Right. Or maybe even
So-
before the
so-
war started.
So basically, your mother sealed the fate of the other soldiers, because you wouldn't want to disappoint a mother.
Right,
So
and
she
what?
charged God with protecting them. that was done
And
on.
God was protecting him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was done on a loan, by the way.
Yeah.
You can make loans with God. You know that, right?
That
If you don't
what?
have enough spiritual collateral, you can make a loan.
Huh?
If you want to buy a house, right?
Yeah.
And you don't have the money, what do? You go to the bank
Get
and
a
you get a
loan.
loan.
Yeah.
But the same thing with God.
Yeah.
If you don't have enough spiritual collateral
Yeah.
for God to do something for you,
Yeah.
so you can borrow on the future.
Okay.
But you have to agree, this is what I was explaining to Malka, to do something.
So that's why your dad is religious now. He's becoming more and more religious.
Why?
Huh?
Why?
I don't know. He believes.
Did you know that King David, had
Yeah.
the same problem? He wanted all these good things to happen, but he didn't have the spiritual collateral. He didn't have it in the bank.
Yeah.
Opening the door.
So he made a deal
With the
with
Almighty.
God. Yeah, he said, I want you to withdraw from the future,
Yeah.
from the future good that I do, and use that to pay for what I need now.
And what?
And use that to pay for what I need now.
Uh-huh.
So it turns out that's the model that we use in our lives. If you ever feel that you don't have enough in the bank to get what
Yeah,
you
you
need,
get a
you
loan.
borrow ahead, but you,
Yeah.
you have to make payments.
Yeah.
If you don't make payments, guess what happens?
Yeah.
Yeah, they take it away.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay, so tell me what else happened.
Nothing. So we are calling, the year is over,
Yeah.
and we are calling Malka school to register her to the...
And they don't accept her. So you
But I think it was after 2 years, they said that I have to have Bible studies.
Yeah.
I didn't have. In Israel at the time, we had Tanakh. There was not Tanakh.
What's
What do you
Tanakh?
call it? All the
Religion.
Perushim, Talmud, Tanakh
Right.
and Talmud every day we had.
the Torah and the law,
The Torah and that we learned every day.
Talmudic law. So why
Yeah.
didn't you become an attorney?
Huh? I don't know.
So,
I didn't like any of those shit.
You didn't like law.
All the stories of the Bible. Fighting and all that.
okay,
There's a lot of fighting
the
in the
whole
Bible.
year,
Why?
the whole year, every day, I
Yeah.
heard, when are we going back?
Right.
Okay, from Malka. When are we going back? When? Okay. And we are calling the school. So they said, did she take Bible classes? He said, no. Okay, so she will need to repeat the year. So Malka on the spot said, we are not going back.
I don't
Because
know.
Malka doesn't like attorneys.
Huh?
She doesn't like studying law.
No,
She's a doctor, not a lawyer. I
I
understand.
mean, no, to repeat the whole year.
Yeah, I understand.
I mean, that's ridiculous.
Well, but they didn't think it
So
was a repetition.
so we said she's going to make it up, you know. No, okay, no. So Malka on the spot said,
I don't know that I said it, but
Malka, on the spot you said, we are not going back. You were very, very upset, and I was very upset too. And you said, we are not going back. And that was it.
Okay, so you went to go work, you
I
went to
went
go
to
study in medical school, and he told us all the stories about how you were the only woman, and how you had to change in the men's
that's
locker
my
room.
favorite-
No, this
that's
was
my
at
favorite
Kaiser.
story.
At Kaiser, okay.
they fired me.
Right, but
Because of
what
the-
was it like in medical school being one of the only women?
I was not the only, there were 10 of us.
10.
Three
No,
committed
5,
suicide.
Malka.
3 committed suicide.
Why?
I think because as women we had to be better than the men.
So you were,
Out in my class we were, I think, 8 women. Out of
No,
100.
there were 5, Malka.
No,
5 left.
5 left.
5 women
Did you know them
and 90
personally?
men.
Yeah.
Did you know they were depressed?
One, I liked her. She was very sweet. She was smoking. That was the only thing I didn't know.
Who?
It was not a psychiatric emotion like there is
Malka,
today.
I don't understand you when you're eating.
There was no, at the time, I didn't think they were depressed. I was busy with my own studies.
So you were too busy to notice?
Malka, you are
Yeah,
eating?
because-
But after the first one jumps, you have to start
No,
asking.
they died. They did it after medical school.
Oh, later. Uh-huh.
What Malka after medical school?
3 women in my class committed suicide.
From your class?
Yeah,
I didn't know.
yeah,
Huh?
yeah. Sad.
How did you find out?
How did I find out?
Did you have alumni?
I met maybe alumni, or I met somebody from my school, and
Malka, they were the 5 women in the class in the beginning.
No,
Yeah, and 90 men.
no, there were more women. We were for sure the minority.
You were 10%.
Hmm?
About 10%.
Less.
Less than 10.
Even
And
though-
what's the percentage now?
50-50.
So it moved up.
50-50?
Yeah.
Mom, do I turn chicken?
I will check.
Okay, but let's go back in time now. I want to go back. I want to learn more about Usher.
Yeah.
So what did Usher spend time in prison?
Yes.
And what year was that?
During the war. When did I... I just don't know.
Before 48.
Huh? Yeah, during the war he was, because he was transporting people through Afghanistan to Israel.
Why
So they
Afghanistan?
caught him.
What was easy about Afghanistan?
Huh?
Why Afghanistan?
I don't know. There
How many
weren't-
people did he transport?
I don't know. I know that Begin was one of them.
Right, he transferred Begin.
Yeah.
Who else did he transfer?
I don't remember the names,
Uh-huh.
but he transported quite a few, and he was caught, and he
Who
was
caught
put in jail, and then after
The Russians? Who caught him?
the Russians. He was like 4 years, and then
They put him in a
there
Russian.
was an amnesty for the Polish citizen,
Hmm.
and they let him out.
But they didn't want to
But they put him in prison, or they sentenced him to 4 years?
No, he was not in prison. He was in a camp,
A camp.
working.
A workers' camp.
Siberia.
Where was it?
Huh? Somewhere in Afghanistan.
So they put him to work in Afghanistan. Did you
Yeah.
know him at that time?
Huh? So
Malka,
he
I
got
can't hear.
he got some connection to some Jews. Jewish people.
Did you know him when he was in Afghanistan?
No,
You didn't know him yet.
no. I met him after he came.
No, the story that I heard is that they gave, it was not Khrushchev, what was his name?
That what?
He was the one, the communist that started the party. What was his name?
Malka, I
What was the
cannot
name of
hear
the
what
guy
you
who
are
started
saying,
the
Malka.
Communist Party?
We
Sit
can't
down.
hear you. Sit down.
Sit down. I
have to
cannot.
give the chicken in.
Who?
I can't hear.
You're talking about what, the famous communist?
Yeah, what was
Karl
his
Marx?
name? No, the one that was in charge in Russia that killed millions of people.
Stalin?
Stalin.
Yeah.
Stalin gave amnesty to
Polish
Polish
citizens.
citizens, but he didn't want to let my father go.
Specifically.
Specifically.
Did he know your father?
I don't know. I don't know why he decided not to let my father go. So,
But Stalin personally intervened?
but Stalin said that, or Stalin or somebody higher up said that my father would not be allowed to be to be in the amnesty group. So my father went through a hunger strike,
Yeah.
and because he went through a hunger strike, I guess it became well known because it was.
How did they hear about it from Afghanistan worker camp?
I have no idea.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it was in Afghanistan. I think
No,
it
it was in
Siberia.
Afghanistan. It was in Russia.
Oh, so they moved them to Russia?
Yeah.
No, Afghanistan was part of Russia then.
Right.
So, so he had a hunger strike and he almost died. And because of the hunger strike, I guess the newspaper were there or whatever, the mean of communication was there. Then Stalin.
The Minister of Communication?
Whatever, not the minister, whatever the means of communication were
Uh-huh.
at the time,
Right.
newspaper.
Right.
So Stalin then wrote a letter to let him go. So then he went.
Personally.
Personal.
Did you ever get a copy of it?
No, I don't know. I just heard my father.
No,
tell
it
his
wasn't to him. It was to the prison.
Right, the prison.
Yeah.
to
And
let him go.
The prison in Afghanistan.
The prison, it
And he
wasn't
spent-
No,
Afghanistan.
it was in Russia.
Right.
It was in Russia in prison.
There was no Afghanistan then.
Okay, but the territory that's now Afghanistan.
Right.
Okay, I understand. So he spent 4 years at that point?
I don't know my 1 year, but I know one of the torture things they used to do to them. Because I remember my father telling his friend
Mm-hmm.
that was together with him in the same torture.
Mm-hmm.
They used to shave their head.
What?
And shave their head
Yeah.
and not many clothes, and it was pretty cold, or maybe even winter time. And they would put them under a water faucet and let the water drip
On their head.
on their head every 2 seconds.
Uh-huh.
That was one of
Water
the
torture. That's Chinese.
So my father and this friend, that both of them survived this thing. I guess he also maybe got the amnesty. I remember we're in Israel joking about it, that they were telling jokes to each other
Mm-hmm.
to survive this period of time.
Did you hear any good jokes?
No, I don't know what the jokes were.
I mean, that would make a good book.
And what?
Jokes to survive torture. Think of how popular it would be in, amongst the Guantanamo Bay terrorists. It could be a bestseller there. Okay, so wait. So what happened? So he got sick, right?
So after the war, okay, they let him go. So he's here in Europe, okay, wanting to go to Israel. But he did a
Malka.
chest x-ray.
Malka, you are talking. What's with your?
She's eating. That's the problem. Why don't you sit
cannot
straight?
eat and talk.
So
Either
the
eat or talk.
chest x-ray.
Right.
He had a chest x-ray and his heart was way too big. I saw the chest x-ray. When
He had
I
an
was in
enlarged
medical
heart.
school. He had a huge heart. Usually at that time,
But he had a huge heart in general.
no. there was
Listen, we
a
didn't
big-
know anything.
No, but I'm
A
saying as a
sign-
person he had a huge heart.
Yes.
Okay, so what's the
But
problem?
a big heart
Yeah.
is a sign of severe
Malnutrition.
either malnutrition
stress.
or stress or high blood pressure or heart disease.
Uh-huh.
The only thing at the time, he was fairly young when he had the x-ray. I think 27. I saw on the thing.
Okay.
So when you have such a big heart at that kind of age, even if you had high blood pressure, it's kind of not usual to see this kind of big heart. I remember it was when I saw the chest X-ray, I always thought he should have stayed alive for me, but because he died, I couldn't understand. But once I saw his heart,
How old
and
was
I
he
was
when he
made-
died?
he was 49.
Mm-hmm.
So when I saw how big his heart was at age 27 or whatever, the time they took it that he wanted to go to Israel, they would not let him because the heart was so big.
Who's they?
The Israeli government or whatever the
No,
government, the authorities in Israel to let
they
him in.
didn't take him. Okay, they were taking everybody to the military, and they didn't take Asher. Okay, so I wanted to find out why. We didn't know that he had such an enlarged heart, So finally, somehow after weeks of trying, I found out that because he had an enlarged heart, that because of that they didn't take him to the army. No?
So, but tell me now about, so he spent 4 years in prison,
Yeah,
and that damaged
During
his
the
health.
war.
That damaged his health.
yeah,
But before he was in prison, was he doing anything while he was in prison?
no,
Just working.
Huh?
But was he running any programs from the workers' camp?
No, you couldn't then.
So
And,
he,
and I remember that his brother,
but some of the biggest businesses are run from prison. But I guess not a Russian prison.
I know that his brother said when his brother was alive that he used to go work and bring him food to prison.
Mm-hmm.
That he used to go to.
So at least they allowed visitors.
I don't know if he allowed visitor or how he brought it. I think he was telling a story of how he would get the food into the prison to my father.
Malka, your voice is distorted.
Because she's eating.
No, I'm not eating. I have a cold.
She has a cold.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so then in 1948, what happened? How did you meet him?
He came to my office. I was working in an office to help the Jews who are coming back from Russia. Okay, and Jews who were there in Vienna. Okay,
After the
because I spoke in French and German and Russian, and you needed to be able to communicate with all the force, with English, England and America and Russia and what else?
France.
And France, yeah. So he came to the office where I worked. I was in an office just to help people who have problems, okay, who are coming back and have problems. So he came,
What kind of problems? Any kind of?
It's a Jewish organization, right?
Jews who were coming back, yeah.
We're not talking about cooking problems.
Not cooking. No, I don't remember what were the problems. But since I spoke German and in English and French and Russian, okay,
And Polish.
and Polish, so I worked in an office, to help people. And one beautiful day he came with a friend.
Yeah. A girlfriend or a boyfriend?
No, a boyfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah,
A male friend.
yeah.
Yeah. Boyfriend means something else.
It was his adjutant. Okay. I didn't know. I mean, okay. And
What's adjutant?
somebody who is supposed to take care of you and help you with your strengths.
Like a physical therapist?
No, not a physical therapist,
trainer?
but just to take care of him, you know, that nothing happens to him.
Oh, you mean a guard?
Like a
Like a
guard,
bodyguard.
yeah.
He had why did he need a bodyguard?
I don't know. I
Okay.
don't know. Probably they decided that he needs one.
Who's they? The Israeli government?
I don't know.
There wasn't a government yet.
No, it wasn't a government. I don't know.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So he's coming to my office and he wants to give a talk. To give a talk he wants to give a talk to the Jews.
Yeah.
And to give a talk, you needed permission from France. Vienna was divided in 4 districts, four parts. Okay, it was French, Russian,
Vienna? or
Vienna, German, and
Malka, can you not do that?
what
Yeah.
was it? German, Russian, French, and English.
Yeah.
Oh, in England. Okay.
So what happened?
So I am the one who can write the letter to all the 4 for him to get the permission to talk. So I wrote the 4 letters in the 4 languages, and he got the permission. Okay, and he gives a talk, and it was something out of this world. And so, and after the talk, there was intermission, and then there was like singing and dancing. I don't remember, entertainment. So he comes out with some people, and I'm walking with my father, and he says to me, did you like the talk? I said, yeah. So he said, so give me a kiss.
He was very direct. But he did that only with you or with all the people there?
All the people around.
But
All
he
the
he
people.
got many kisses that night?
Huh?
No, I only wanted the kiss for
Oh,
them.
that's what I asked.
That what?
He only asked you for a kiss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, big deal. I mean, it was worth it for that talk. So I gave him a kiss on the cheek.
Uh-huh.
Okay, fine. So the next day he comes to the office with his adjutant, and he's taking me and that girl who worked for me.
With you.
Yeah. So the 4 of us are going to eat, and I was skinny, and I didn't eat. I mean, we were sitting 2 hours after I finished eating, and he started to give me some beer. So he said that probably will help me to get appetite. And so he was coming with a friend, and
So
I was
you
going
didn't eat.
with huh?
You didn't eat and you start to drink.
That what?
That's not a good combination.
What? No, he said that beer is very good. So I drank a glass of beer, and I ate, and we sat for probably 2.5 hours after I finished eating. And it's fine, we are going out to eat, and one day he's getting a telegram. He needs to go to France. Okay, he's not going to go to France if I'm not going with him. Okay. So, A week, we postponed. Okay, so are you going to marry me? Okay.
Well, who asked who?
What do you think?
Well, I mean, I don't know. These days it's different.
No.
So he asked you to marry him?
Yeah,
And what did you say?
I am going to think.
You need another week.
But he, you know, we are going to go to Germany, and we are going to go to Paris, and we are going to, you know. So I got somebody to take my job, and we got married
Where?
in the place where we lived, where
In the
I
house?
lived.
Vienna,
In
no?
Vienna?
Yeah.
So this was in 47?
I don't know.
After the war.
Wait, what year was Dad born?
40, I think he was born in the year of the war, no? 53, 6 years.
No, Dad was born in
57.
no
Not in 57, in
47.
47.
Okay,
I don't know. I think
Yeah.
it was 46.
47.
yeah.
I think it was 46.
47.
But wait a minute. When you tried to board the Altalena,
No, they wouldn't take us because Zeev was
Dad
a
was
baby.
a baby. So he was one.
Huh?
Was he yet one?
Yeah, they wouldn't take us. He was 11 months old. I
Okay, so
remember.
there you go.
Second miracle.
So he was born in 47.
I don't know when.
He
Yeah.
was born in 47, yes.
Yeah?
So, but it was a fateful thing that they didn't let you board because the Altalena was fired on.
Yeah. But
Everybody on the Altalena
but
died.
I don't
No.
know. They're yeah, you know, he was supposed to be the one baby, and they knew that it's going to be
Bad idea.
yeah. They wouldn't let us
So
go.
they refused.
Yeah.
Uh huh.
So she had to wait till after the war. I don't know what year they actually moved to Israel.
What?
What year did you make it to Israel?
48.
So later that year you made it.
Huh?
After
No,
Israel.
we came in January, I think.
Of 48.
Yeah, I remember, you know, we
It-
were in.
It was then Israel was established.
It was just after the Israel was.
So how did you get in?
How you get in? No, I mean they sent a whole.
Entourage.
A whole on
A boat.
yeah.
For who?
We were going, and Zeev was the only kid.
Who else was on the boat?
The Israelis
From Vienna?
from Vienna, from Vienna, from
Do you remember?
Germany.
You remember anyone else on the boat?
No,
So you and Usher and Dad.
yeah, she was the only baby.
He was the only baby.
Yeah.
Was he fussy?
Huh?
What did you feed him on the boat?
I don't know. He ate. I mean, he wasn't. And
Beer?
Yeah, and we
Maybe
came.
that's why Dad likes beer.
Huh? Because I probably, when I was pregnant, I was drinking beer.
Uh-huh.
I was just drinking beer just to get some flesh on myself.
Uh-huh. So how was Asher's health? then?
Asher, we didn't know anything. Okay, we came to Israel, and they were taking everybody to the military, and they didn't take father, and they didn't take Asher. So it took me a very, very long time. They didn't want to disclose it. Somehow I finally found out that his heart is enlarged, and that's the reason why they didn't take him to the military.
Mm-hmm. So
Until then, we didn't know anything.
how did he deal with his health?
Huh? Nothing. He was.
No change?
Huh?
They
No.
they didn't recommend a spa?
Nothing.
No massage therapy?
No.
They
No.
didn't have anything at that time.
No, in Israel they had nothing, right?
Nothing.
No Swedish massage?
No. Nothing. Absolutely.
I
Not
remember-
even Chinese water torture massage?
Huh? No. Absolutely nothing.
Uh-huh. So
yeah.
what?
So I found out that he has an enlarged heart, but nothing was happening. And he was working, and
Well, would he have taken a position in the government if he was healthy?
I don't know. No, the position it was Ben Gurion. I mean, it wasn't his party,
Hmm. Who was his party?
Likud.
The Likud.
Yeah.
So what was his relationship with the people in Likud?
I mean, it was fine. He didn't want to. He didn't want to work for the party. He did work for the party.
I think people told me that he would have been the prime minister if
That
he
what?
was alive.
What, Malka?
Some of his friends told me that he would have been the prime minister of Israel if he was alive.
Could he have been a prime minister if he was healthy?
Yeah,
Yeah, for sure.
yeah.
No question about it.
I don't know. He was really very smart.
Hmm. So what were some of his strengths?
Hmm?
Besides his ability to speak, what else did you like about him?
I don't know.
You must know something because you married him.
He was a motivational speaker. He had a charisma.
Yeah,
That's
he was
what people-
charismatic.
Charismatic.
But you married him on charisma alone
I probably.
and beer.
Yeah,
Yeah, charisma and beer go
I got a little bit of flesh on myself.
right. But he wrote a lot, right?
Yeah, he wrote, and he started a newspaper. I mean, there are some newspapers.
Which newspaper?
He wrote 90% of the newspaper.
With different
It
names?
was just signing other people's name.
Did he? So he had pseudonyms.
Hmm?
He had many pseudonyms.
Yeah.
What was the paper about?
Huh? Just about, I don't know.
Current events? Opinions?
Yeah. We have the papers.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I know we had. If we have, I don't know.
Mm-hmm. But he was a collector too, no?
Yeah, he started to collect.
Coins? Stamps?
No, stamps.
Mm-hmm.
I have somewhere here all the stamps.
But he made coins also, no? He stamped coins?
Yeah. I don't know, not many coins. We have it in the Malka. Are you paying for you remember we had something in the safe in the bank? Are you paying for the safe?
Malka.
No.
Huh? No?
Yes, I think so. I will check.
Because if not, we have in the safe some things. We have the stamps. Oh, the Israeli stamps. Malka, we really need to. It was
I know we have them. Zeev has them.
415 or 814.
I know.
So what year did Usher pass away?
I don't know.
How old was Dad at the time? 16?
15.
15. So
15. So your dad was going and was,
66 he passed away. 1966.
I think, 65.
65?
Yeah.
Was it sudden?
Huh? Yeah. I came back, it was Friday. I came back, and that Israeli, that idiotic law, he wasn't feeling well, and you couldn't take somebody to the hospital unless a doctor came. It was a Friday, and until the doctor came, it was 4 o'clock. If I would have taken him immediately to the hospital, he might have survived. Who knows? But we waited like 3.5 hours until the doctor came. And the doctor came, and then we got an ambulance, and we came to the
In
hospital.
Tel Aviv?
No, to
Tel Aviv.
Tel Ashomer.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it wasn't Tel Ashomer. It was what is Bellinson? Where is Bellinson?
I don't know.
Okay.
But I thought he was in a
So what was he working on besides newspapers?
That what?
He also did carpentry work?
No, then he got a job, and he worked in Vitzel. Yeah.
What was Vitzo? What's Vitzo?
It was just I don't know. Okay, he worked, and he didn't like. He was fighting with the boss. With the
What kind of
woman
job
boss.
was it?
He was doing accounting.
So he had an accounting background?
Huh? I don't know. I was telling him what to do.
So you were the accountant?
Yeah. And he was doing it.
Uh-huh. That was just for income?
Huh? Yeah, so both of us were working. I mean, we needed a place to live.
And this was in Give a Time?
Give a time, yeah. So, yeah, I was working with Dad, and I was seeing that they were building some new apartments. And I liked the place where it was. And I went to, I remember, we had $50. So I went and I took out the $50 from the bank, and I'm going to buy an apartment. So
How do you buy an apartment with $50?
So listen, so my husband comes home, and I am telling him that I took out the $50, and we are going to buy the apartment. So he says, "Go fast and get our $50 back, because we won't be able to
eat.
to get the apartment." Well, my father has friends, okay, and it's Naftali Ben Yehuda, Malka.
Yeah,
You remember them?
yes.
Come back, Malka. What are you working
I
on?
remember.
Malka, I cannot
Malka, what are
talk.
you working on?
I'm listening,
I know, but we want you to
I
participate.
cannot talk.
because I make noise.
Well, come over, make noise here so we can hear you.
Okay, what do you want to know?
Who's Ben Yehuda?
Ben Yehuda is a friend of father's,
Yeah.
and they sold sold something, and they had money in the bank.
Malka, come back. Yeah.
Malka, come, I cannot turn my head.
Who had money in the bank?
Ben Yehuda.
Ben
Yeah.
Yehuda has money in the bank.
Okay.
Okay. So we had $50. I put in the morning the $50. Took out the $50 for the apartment.
That's the apartment your brother lives in, isn't it?
Ah, and I am going, and in the evening I need to pay another 400. And I know the Ben Yehuda sold the parents' apartment, that he has money in the bank. So I go to Ben Yehuda to his office, and I said, Naftali, I bought an apartment. I need 400 lira. 400 lira was a lot of money. That's what he got. He got like 420.
Oh, can you do?
So he's writing me a check for the 400,
Yeah.
and I'm going, you know. So I already invested the $50, and I'm telling them that I'm going to bring in the evening. I'm going to bring more money. So Ben Yehuda gives me the $400, the check, and I'm taking out the $400. And father is not going to buy with me the apartment.
So you went by yourself?
No, with my father's cousin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because he didn't think it was a good investment?
Huh? No, I felt that. So he said to me, Father, go and get our $50 back, because we won't be able to afford it. So I'm, instead of taking the $50
You got
back,
another 400.
So you got the best apartment.
put it in another 400.
Did he know about it?
And Naftali, no, he's not going with me there. He just told me that I should go and get the money back.
Right.
Our $50.
Right.
Okay, so, but I'm not. I'm putting in.
You're a woman on a mission.
I just decided that I want an apartment. We lived in horrible conditions. Okay. So my father's cousin went with me to buy the apartment. And,
Menachem?
huh? Menachem, yeah. Yeah. And we are signing, and you know, and then we have to, I mean, the apartment is still not being built. I mean, our apartment, okay? But we need money, so my father is sending me refrigerators, and I am selling the refrigerators, and I have money for payment.
Susan from the United States.
Huh?
Susan from United States, so send them a refrigerator to Israel
Oh my God.
to sell it.
Yeah. And yeah, he didn't go with me to sign. Menachem went with me to sign the contract. And I am making, you know, a lot of changes in the apartment. So it's even more money, because I don't want it as the apartment is. Okay, so my father sent me 2 or 3 refrigerators. 1 I kept and 2 I sold. And father got from the government a lot of loans. So we were able to pay for the apartment, and no, we were paying a big mashkanta. We were paying a lot of money.
Of interest?
Interest, and
What was the interest rate?
I don't know. Don't remember. Yeah. So both of us. So let me tell you. So I'm putting Zeev in a kindergarten, because I want Zeev to learn, to be with kids and learn the language, okay? And so I'm Yeah, so I'm putting Zev for 4 hours to be with kids in a kindergarten. And I tell the people there that I need to work, so I need a job. So they found me a job to cook for, they were like 4 women, sisters, they were sewing. So I'm going to cook for them. Okay, so I'm putting Zev for the 4 hours, and I'm going, it wasn't far, I'm going to cook for the people. And one day they soaked, they were 4 sisters, they soaked laundry, and the woman who was supposed to wash the laundry got sick, didn't come. So they asked me to wring out the laundry and to hang it. Okay, so I did. I came home. Usually when I came home, I cleaned and cooked, and Asher didn't know. I mean, I knew I didn't tell Asher that I'm working, because I decided that with that money that he makes, we are going to live in that horrible place for 5 years until we will be able to collect the money. So I need to work. So I'm supposed to cook there, and I'm cooking. They are telling me what to do, and I'm cooking. And one day, maybe 2-3 weeks after I'm cooking, the woman who was supposed to wash the laundry didn't come. So they asked me to wring it out and to hang it. I came home and I cannot move.
You cannot move.
But wait a minute, what did Usher do when he find out?
So he just waits until I'm going to tell him something. He knows that I'm not coming home when I'm taking Zev, and I'm coming back after 4 or 5 hours. And he doesn't tell me anything. Okay, I hung that laundry. So I'm coming home and I am cooking and cleaning, and like nothing happened. Okay, that day when I hung the laundry, I came home and I cannot move. Asher came and he says, "What happened?" So he says that the neighbors told him that I'm leaving with Zev in the morning and I'm coming back after 4.5 hours with Zev. So where am I those 4.5? Shilingovsky, you remember Shilingovsky?
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
Yes.
Yeah, so they didn't dare to ask me where I was, but they told father that I'm going and I'm not coming back. So where was I for those hours? So I'm lying down and I cannot move. So father says, you need to get the rest and we need to go there. Okay, so I'm getting dressed somehow and we are going there to those people, and Asher tells them, he said, "How dare you to ask somebody that you engage for cooking to let her hang up the laundry? My wife is not going to work anymore." Okay, so he says, "If you want to work, go and study Hebrew." Okay, so I went to I didn't go to work there anymore. And I got A fantastic teacher.
But what was Usher's reaction when he found out that you bought the apartment?
That I bought the apartment. Oh, go and take our $50 back.
Right, but did he find out about the 400?
No, he didn't know.
Never?
Because
But he must have known you cannot buy an apartment for $50.
no. I mean, so I probably told him that Naftali gave me the money, all the
But
money.
he never-
He gave me a clean check, a signed clean check. Take out money, how much you need. Those were friends.
Yeah.
And they lived in a horrible apartment. But
They themselves,
yeah.
because they were giving
So
people.
you know what? After I bought my apartment, there was an apartment in the same building.
Yeah.
And she told me.
So
They bought that apartment.
they bought that apartment.
Oh, so you were neighbors.
Yeah. They were neighbors.
So what did Usher continue to spend time with any of the big personalities in Israel, like
The-
Begin and others?
Yeah, but he needed to work. So he got a job in Vitso.
He was very involved politically.
He was involved. Well,
Absolutely.
that's what I wanted to know.
Yeah.
So beyond writing newspaper articles,
He was very involved.
what else did he do?
Politically, he was very involved.
What?
What did he do politically?
He
You
was.
taking two?
You want them? You can have them.
2 bags?
Yeah, in case I need to heat it on the airplane. So-
I don't know. He was.
So Malka, I don't want to miss flight number 2.